Good morning, people. Feeling relatively crap today. Probably have this coronavirus, but anyway, I blame patient zero. Um, so today I'm going to show you how to do your farm from start to finish. One script, do the whole lot. How to avoid the traps that I've found that will fuck up your farms. So, let's just start by recording a tutorial. We're going to go nice and slowly on this, but you'll get there in the end. We'll get there in the end, and you can check it up later. So, what we're going to do is we're going to record a new macro. So, from the beginning, press on this record macro here, press record new macro, and off we go. Okay, so assuming we've logged into this, potentially that daily pop-up has arrived. We don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe they've got rid of it, but maybe the store sales, things like that. So what we want to do is up here with this little boat, we want to press that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be enough to close anything. So now what we're going to do is we're going to donate. We always donate when we log in. You run this approximately once every 5 hours. So Lines contributions, mineral gathering, 1, 2, 3, 4, and donate all. Now press up here again, and press up here again. So now we're back to this screen. Now what I'm going to do is one additional step, so I'm just going to pause the macro. We're going to speed this up. So basically what we're doing here is we're recruiting new troops. Every time we log on so that we can build up a nice little fleet size. Okay, so I fucked this up already because I've moved it. It's moved, and fucked if I know where it is. Great, thanks very much. So I would literally have to do all of this again. So let's just skip this entire step on this account. So something to be wary of. Um, Fucking typical, isn't it? Right, okay. So just press play. So we'll just ignore this step and we'll actually, the best way to do it is to go to the map, like go to VIP or some shit, go back. Now you wouldn't do this every time, but just because I'm not gonna. Right, so we scroll down, press this, that collects, press again. So as I said, we're going about 4 hours, so we want to go down there, maybe 5 hours, but that'll do. I want snipers anyway, so that's a 4 hour, 20 minute. Press that one, press it again, and so I don't want that one, that's 8 hours, so we're going to go back. We're going to collect the tank, go back. Again, I don't want good tanks that'll take 10 hours to build. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, so we'll bring that down a little bit. Bring that down to there. Collect that one. Do the same there. Again, I've done this ass over tit. So collect that one there. So that's all's collecting. I've donated. Now it's time to collect some troops, or to collect some good stuff. So we're going to search the radar. Choose mineral. It's already going to be level 3 because that's all we're collecting, and go. Now, I don't know whether this has been selected or not. I don't know whether this has gone away or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click like, and let's just pause the recorder. So if I press up here and then I go back, so it's still exactly the same. If I press up here and go back, it's still exactly the same. If I press in here, so that's gone down. But if it naturally goes down, then we go in here. So that won't work. So let's bring that back up. Press here, goes down. Press there, it goes down. Press there, it goes down. So I don't think this ever goes away, but it's about whether this is selected or not. And then if we press it, it goes down. And then we don't know if it's selected or not. So I'm going to load this back up. So what we're going to do is we're going to resume this. We're going to press the little face person once. It doesn't matter if there's a mine behind it. Now I don't know whether this is or isn't selected. So let's, for sake of argument, say that this is selected, right? I've paused that just to show you. But now we're going to press the world map icon. Now we're just going to go back. and it's not selected. Great. So I can click that, select it, gather, and just send. So I'll do that again. So press the little man in here, press the world icon, go back, top left hand side, press it again, press gather, and send. Oh, let's do this again. Let's just speed it up now. Again, it's going to be in the territory. I don't know whether it's going to be in the territory or not. I'm not going to research. It's just going to be one of those losses you're going to have to accept tax. So that's that. That's those 3 cents. Now I have 4 on this account, so let's go ahead and send a fourth. Press a little man. Press the world icon. Go back. Press it again. Click gather and send. That's that done. Now let's go to the next one. Oh, again, while it's recording. So I'm really fighting the urge to cough now, which I think would be pretty nasty down the microphone. I have a blocked nose, not running. So I think I have COVID. I see you too. Confirm. So while that's loading, just give it a second. So that's loaded. Right, so what do we do now? Right, well, we're going to press Alliance, going to press Contribute, going to press Gather. So as long as it's more than 5 hours, this will have enough recuperated that it'll always do this. Remember, we're not going to be actually on these farms really most of the time, so you really do want to be collecting for your alliance. It's kind of shit having a farm and not donating, and manually go on every so often and just manually go on every so often and donate your tech chips. It's fine. Fine. So that's 4 hours. That's that. We're building troops. We're donating. We can't collect these resources that build up through our mines. I tried the shake function on this app. It doesn't work. So I don't know if you want to like try manually collect them. You can, but I can't be arsed. So press the little man, press the world, go back. There it is there. Press it, gather, done. Press that, press the little world. Depending on the alliance you're in, it might be actually worth your while just doing mines, but you can't auto click a mine. It's not realistic. You just can't do it. So I'm going to accept that I'm always going to just mine these little things. So that's that done. Next account. I'm broken. I swear I'm broken. My brain's not working properly. I see you 3. Oh, I forgot to click at the top of the screen on that last one. See what I mean? So realistically, I should have been clicking up at this boat 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Click Alliance. Click Contribute. Click the top one, Donate. And back and back and back. As I said, I should have been clicking at that boat and I didn't. So scroll over here. Collect all 4 of these. And start recruiting. So these are my steel mines. They're currently level 16. I don't have much interest in getting them much higher than that. I'm getting 1 to 20 and then the next to 20 and so on and so on. But yeah, I'm not really worrying about like getting them all up or doing amazing things with them. Oh, sorry, steel. Go. Press the little man. Press the world map. Go back. I said you're going to get taxed on them, but that's the cost of doing auto mining. See, you could go to level 2 if you wanted and bring down your time. Maybe you've less chance of level 2s being in there. But level 3s, based on where I am in the world, level 3s are readily accessible. If you're further in the map, so I'm down here, if you're further up here, there might be a realistic chance for you having to go to level 2. That's that done. Next one. And then the only way that you'll know this is successful is to run it. Because you're donating, you need to just wait like 3 or 4 hours before you run it, just to know that your donations are working. But you really do need to donate if you're running an alliance and not contributing in a farm alliance. You'll be kicked, and you know what? I would kick you. So you really do need to be contributing. So yeah, that's that really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alliance, contributions, minerals. If you get something that's not allowed, like if you're donating minerals, or it requires minerals for you to if it requires minerals for you to donate, it should just throw you an error message and work anyway once you go back, and then you just won't donate on that one. But at least donating to the top one, you know that that's whatever the alliance has set as a preferred donation. So that's why I'm doing it like that. What have we done? Okay, go out of here. Go to radar. We're still on steel. Alright, so press a little man, press world, go back in the corner. Press that again. We just keep doing this. You only remember this is long and arduous, but you only have to do it the once, and then you can run it every 5 hours. It may be slightly longer based on the gathering times, travel times. We're only 3 minutes away from where I am, and I've sent almost nine collections here out, so that's not bad. If things get really bad, you're going to have to go to level 2. So we're just going to do 5 of them. You can do 10, you can do 20, but I'm just going to do 5 of them to show you. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to post this video until I've done the second tutorial of playing it, just to make sure that they all work. As I said, don't forget to do stuff like click the boat at the top 5 times to make sure you minimize anything. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, things like that I'm forgetting to do. Click, 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 click. See, I'm giving you sound effects and everything. Recruit, again, I just prefer machine gunnists. They're not front line, so they last a little bit longer. And you can redo this at any time when you figure out that you don't want to build any more troops. I'm just a bit low on troops at the moment, so I'm just, because the elite war got, or the war got me, so yeah, that's all I'm doing. So that's that. I will show you later, just pause that, I will show you later how to collect these, but remember, these only restock once every 12 hours, so you don't want to collect them every 5. So what I would do is I'd make another one where you collect this, and then just alternate them, 2 normal and 2 normal ones, and then one of collecting these resources here. And then what that does is that gives it once every 15 hours. So you're only losing 3 hours on it, so that's not too bad. So anyway, we'll just resume that. We'll go to the world. We'll go to the radar, search for another level 3. So we're still not too bad in distance-wise here. So go back. So that's minimized it. And it's just to stop them from alternating them, to stop you from auto farming is why we're doing this, just to guarantee that you're going to actually get to the mine. That's 4 minutes away. So that's 8 minutes on top of your journey, which isn't bad. And what you can do is after this, go and look at your mines and see how long it's taking to gather. Excuse me. Go and look at your mines and see how long it's taking to gather, just to give you that idea. And then you'll know. Well, that's it. That's done now. So what I would say is, what I didn't do at the beginning was switch back to my primary account. So you need to do that here, your primary farm. So click on auto farming and go back to your primary farm. So for me, it's ICU1. So now you're here. Just pause it. Just stop the macro because you're here and this is exactly where you started. So as long as you finish exactly where you start, you're fine. So if you stop this now and replay it, so we're going to stop that. We're going to save that as a farm, all in capitals. So because you stopped exactly where you start, when you let's move that out of the way. When you start farming again, it will be here. So you've nothing. You're just gonna, you know, donate. You're gonna collect. You're going to go out here. I didn't collect these because these take more than 5 hours to do. They take 7. So what I would do is on the second run, I would do that one, or on the third run, I would do that one just to get those. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If I show you the mineral gathering on here and how long it takes, so it takes 4 hours and 17 minutes. That's still, even with travel time, that's still within our 5 hour window. If we go to, and remember guys, it's going to be based on your refugee count. So how many refugees you have dictates how long you you get to failed your refugee count, how your mining speed. Um, so let's just go to ICU4. Remember, so we're aiming for 5 hours, including travel time. So let's have a look. Let's just go to the world map there. So 4 hours 54. That is a little close. So let's bump it to 5 hours and 5 minutes. That's with a refugee count of 5,000 on this account. So remember, if we dip below that, we're always going to have, we can get 7,000, 8,000 here. So that bumps us up to the next one. So it's absolutely no reason why on the next one manually I wouldn't bump up that refugee count. And then that gets me back to the 5 hours. Let's have a look at ICU5. That's probably going to be the lowest one. Now I've showed you how to chain stuff before, how to connect different farms and how to chain them up together on your macros here. But that's down the road. Let's just get you one working run of farms. But I really do see the value in donating. As I said, if I see that you're online and you haven't donated in 3 weeks, I'll be kicking you. Just to warn you, but I'll be kicking you. Um, so yeah, let's have a look. So 5 hours 13 minutes on this one, and this one only has 3,000 refugees. So I do need to get that up in order to bring it down to 5 hours. So if we say 5 hours, let's see how long this takes to get, because that's going to a full one. Yeah, it's going to a full one. So, and I'll show you how to just easily edit your times, your time gaps. I'm going to show you how to do that now. So that's 5 hours 14 minutes. So I'm going to bring in and press a little settings cog, and we're going to time between execution is going to be well, pull up a calculator. 60 multiplied by 5. um, 60 multiplied by 5, it's 300 plus maybe 20 minutes, so it's 320. So here we're just going to type 320, number of times 500. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Or infinitely until stopped. That's what you want to do. So that'll save. So as soon as I execute that, there you go. I'm auto farming. Don't forget to go back to your main account. And you can play around with this. But what I would do is on the second one here, I would set it to do like the advanced troop recruitment, and I would set it to do the resource collection that only happens once every 12 hours. And then I just connect two of these farms and then one of the advanced collection runs as well, and then just link those together as a 3-chain. So then that gives me a solid 15 hours collection. Yeah, that's what I would do. That would be my recommendation. Just leave that there. Don't move it once that's done. Yeah, so I'm just going to pause this video and I will see you in about 3 hours when I go to conclude it. It might work, it might not work. If it doesn't work, you'll know what you've done wrong. But yeah, so I'll do it in 3 hours. I'll just recall everything and then yeah, we'll go from there really. Remember, this will always stay logged in on this farm. So if you manually log in on your mobile device onto this farm, it will boot you out and then throw you an error. So maybe you want to sit on one of your 5th or 6th farms, and on your initial loading you want to move to this farm and then ended up on farm number 5 or 6, just in case you pop on here for whatever reason. That might be an idea. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to pause this and we'll get back. We'll get back and I'll see you in a few hours. All right. Hey guys, welcome back. It hasn't quite been 5 hours, but I've gone ahead and brought my troops back, just in the hopes that we can play this and it is successful in auto farming. So I suppose without further delay, let's get this started. So I'm bringing in my recorder and I'm just pressing play here. Again, just a few presets. I'm on farm account number 1. Exactly where I intend it to begin is where I leave off. So it's starting the play there. It should click the boat at the top 5 times, which would minimize anything. Remember, I had a bit of a mess up at first here when I dragged over. So let's hope that plays and works. So load to donate. Donating, donate it all, go back again, back again. And we're on this screen, and as I said, remember I messed up the collection a little bit there. So I had to go out and then come back in, and obviously that's something that I would re-record. Yeah, so that's just while I was showing you guys the VIP, the exiting, the coming in. So let's go ahead and we'll just see how this plays out, and if it's successful, then happy days, and if it's not successful, then we will figure out why it's not successful and fix it up. So far we're successfully setting recruitments. As time goes on, as I said, I found my troops very limited. If I get to the stage where I have a decent number of troops, then I will start to recruit high-level troops every second or every third round. So that will give me my blaze tanks and various different things. So it's doing the sliders, it's setting the numbers, it's setting everything the way I want it set. What I did before starting the record was I just went ahead and did my ruin rallies, just to go ahead and get more refugees to increase that speed up time. That's all I've done. So again, I'm not touching anything here. As you can see, there's no mouse movements. And the delay is just while I was talking you guys through it initially. So yeah, that seems to be successfully going. Doing the map technique to make sure that you definitely don't have anything selected. Although it seems to be looking at it pretty consistently selecting and highlighting, but that said, I just don't want to risk it really. This means that essentially I can just set it up and leave it running for a week solid. And it will be gathering 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with minimal travel time. So this is the second account. So now we're on to our steel accounts rather than our mineral accounts. It's going ahead and successfully auto-donating. Seems to successfully collect. And so far so good. There's nothing really to talk about on here. This is just a demonstration showing you it working. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not much you can do if your mine is located in someone else's territory. Um, this has got to do with the fact that we're going in blind and we can't see what we're collecting. So while this is a bit of a frustrating situation, um, you essentially could increase the number of your farms. So I could easily have 20 or 30 farms running here successively. And then when it comes time for emptying the farm, um, you could set it up that it automatically empties all your farms into one big farm where you can just go ahead and hit that on your main account. So yes, if you have one or two farms, you don't really want to be in a situation where you're losing to tax. But that said, if you have 20 farms, all of a sudden you're not that worried about a little bit of tax. Um, what I'm focusing on my accounts is I have five. So I have one mineral mine, I have four steel mines, and then I have three accounts that I'm currently taking up to level 15. Once I get one account up to 15, then I'll work on the other two accounts. And when I have those two farms up to level 15, and I'm doing that manually, then what I will do is I will create another two farms and get them up to level 15. So I'm almost doing them in sets of two at a time. Um, Once I have, I think the current three farms that I have up to level 15, so I have an additional, I have four, five, six, I'll have seven steel farms. Um, then what I'll do is I have a farm that's level 16 that I will push to level 20. I think once I have 10 farms, getting a farm from 16 to 20 is going to be minimal effort due to the fact of I can solely gather food on two of the farms, solely gather oil on three of the farms, um, and then using the other farms for steel, while keeping my level 20 farms solely for minerals for my main account. And I think relatively quickly I will easily push that up to a level 20 farm. I'd say I would do that in the course of about 2 or 3 weeks. Um, and I plan on just keeping going from there because I don't see a reason why with an auto farmer I would need to stop. Theoretically, I could have 30 or 40 farms, as this is only being run once every 6 hours. It took me, I think, approximately 10 minutes to deal with five farms. Multiply that by 10, it's going to take me approximately maybe an hour and a half to cycle through 40 to 50 farms. Then all I would have to do is maybe wait another 2 hours or 3 hours before I begin the entire cycle again. I think the trick to it is not to have all your farms in the one location so that you're bearing the entire region of level 3, level 4, level 2 mines. I think realistically that's the best plan. So if I have some on off, some on door 2, some on door 3, but maybe move them to the locations. If I keep all my mineral farms around my main account, sorry, the screen I think timed out there. Um, because I wasn't touching the mouse. So if I have my main mineral farms, let's say two, three, or four of them around there, I can use by using this automatic tool, I can harvest all my farms with a script as well. So I could have it that they all attack farm A, or I could have it that one half of my farms attack the other half of my farms, and then that reduces in number so that I have realistically two or three farm accounts absolutely overloaded with resources. And then I could have my two or three farms that are sat near my main city just harvesting those three, four, or five farms absolutely loaded and rampacked full of resources. Then all I have to do is hit that with my main account, and I should be, in theory, pulling off with 30 or 40 farms, you could be pulling off 60 or 70 million in steel. I don't see a reason why between kill events or between stronger commander events, you couldn't, in theory, be pulling off 40 or 50 million. Um, yeah, looking at it, I'm thinking that's very, very possible. Um, and then obviously focusing that onto minerals, getting as many farms up as possible to minerals. I don't see a reason why you couldn't eventually have 10 farms. Um, Once you have the pool of resources to take out that massive number of resources in a 2 week period, then there's nothing that you couldn't upgrade to level 20 quite quickly. Obviously, for your main account, you're not wanting to limit that But that said, I'm currently level 25. Once I get to level 26, my milestone isn't really going to be until level 30 because they're your building upgrades. So I'm not going to be killing myself trying to get to 27 and 28 immediately because there's not a massive benefit on that. Really, the biggest benefit there is when you get to level 19, level 22, level 26, and level 30 because they're your troop upgrades, which means you're much stronger. So I think I'm going to be running this now, and I'm going to be focusing quite heavily on getting farms up to level 16. It's automatically troop creating for me. So once I have maybe 2 full marches, then I'll stop that troop creation. And obviously, as their level goes up, I want to upgrade those troops. And there's absolutely no reason why, if I'm running 5 connections or 5 cycles, which would be 25 hours, on one of those cycles, I couldn't set up an automatic troop upgrade. Um, yeah, pretty much. So I'm hoping that in the next 2 to 3 months, I'm going to be having quite effectively 30 farms. And it really depends on how quickly I can get a farm up to level 15. Because once my farm goes to level 15, I effectively stop the farm until it's time to go to 20. Okay, so that's cycled through the whole lot now. That's still running up there in the top, and that will do it again in 5 and something hours. We've landed back onto the original farm, which finishes in 4 hours and 18 minutes. That's it. All my farms, while I've been talking to you, have all gone ahead and done that. So that's it, guys. That is one fully functioning, fully working farming experience on 5 accounts. Really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please, guys, if you have any questions, message me in Discord, contact me, and I will do everything I can to help. But my plans is going to be in a month or two to have 30 fully functioning farms pulling off about, I want to say about 50 million steel every week and a half to 2 weeks. Alright, guys, that's me logging off, and I will see you soon. Enjoy the video.